let me ask you guys this, right? We all watch red pill content, manosphere content and shit. What do you think guys are too focused on? And what do you think they should really focus on?
I'll go first on this. Guys are too focused on getting laid and not making themselves something that someone, making themselves someone that someone would want to lay. And like I said, you know me, I've sat through all of these, last 3-4 years, and it's just frustrating for me that I know there's got to be some focus, something that a guy can focus on to make him move forward. But like I said, to me, that whole I got to get laid thing, that's looking for external validation.
Yeah.
And there's no way, and you know yourself, because we've talked about this, there's no way you can convert that into internal validation. At some point, you have to realize, yeah, this is fucked up. I've got to focus on me. And, because if not, you wallow in your mommy issues like we were talking about.
Yep. Dude, so spot on. A lot of guys get into the red pill space, to get into the manosphere. There's two types of guys that learn how to get pussy and like guys who don't. But the thing is, it gets to a point where these guys start using pussy as medicine. Yeah. And that comes with a slew of problems, because the backbone behind that is a fucking broken inner game, broken self-esteem. And guess what happens when you're a broken person? Who you think you're gonna fall in love with? Ain't gonna be a healthy girl. It's gonna be a broken girl, and then you got two broken people in love, causing all sorts of trauma, causing all sorts of shit, and fucks them up. Focusing. Don't get me wrong. I'm pretty sure it's a unanimous decision. Us on the panel, we are in favor of pussy. However, right? All in favor? Aye. But the thing is, at the same time, you can't use it as medicine. That's why I always say money, muscles, game, frame, the core four, right? That's what every man needs to focus on. Money, muscles, game, frame. And moving forward, I see a lot of guys. I mean, it breaks my heart, because you guys are all very successful financially. You guys will do well for yourselves. None of you. I mean, Mark showed up in a goddamn suit, for Christ's sakes. Y'all are doing great.
My mama taught me how to dress.
But it breaks my heart, and it devastates me when I see a guy in his 40s and 50s who doesn't have his shit together financially. And I know, and this is going to hurt some feelings, but you got to be a fucking man and deal with it. I know something's off up here when that happens. In addition to that, I see a lot of guys who choose that player lifestyle, and they fuck and they fuck and they fuck, and then they're 40, they're 50, they're broke, they have nothing, and they're just like, where did I go with my life?
There's more to it than just that. I mean, you just asked the question, what do guys focus on? Yeah, it is the poon, but as you get into the red pill, you're given insights into female sexual dynamics that you can use to your advantage. But what I see guys really focusing on is the materialistic side as well. After they are successful with the women, I start seeing a broadcast of lifestyle. They start spending their money on silly little things. They start to get some success. That's a two-edged sword right there. You can get addicted to doing that. And then, like you say, here you're at your 40s, you're broke, you're a little older. How is your life? You've ran through numerous lows, so to speak. And then what is your legacy after that? What does your Rolex buy you in the long run?
Yeah.
Sits on a shelf. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Does it get you more poon? Maybe.
Yep.
That reminds me of, here's one for your Sunday sermon, John. He who consorts with harlots squanders his wealth.
Oh, you got a chapter and a verse for me on that one?
That's in Proverbs, I think, but I don't know. Anyway,
sorry, that one more time.
He who consorts with harlots squanders his wealth.
Oh my!
There's a lot of good wisdom in that old black book. I like it for that. But we were talking about focus. It's kind of ironic that people focus on getting laid, when in reality, if they would focus on their purpose, their vision, whatever that happens to be, They wouldn't have to look for women. Women look for them.
Yes.
I related back to when I was younger in my teens. I had more women than I knew what to do with, but I was riding my Harley Davidson, and that was my most important thing. A woman wouldn't sit on my bike without permission. If she did, I told her to get her ass off.
Yep.
And my lifestyle, I had a steady girlfriend then also, but I was always out sleeping with other women. You know what I told her? I said, I always come home to you. And I had girls because my purpose was to travel, to party, it wasn't a very good purpose, but in my motors, that lifestyle. I seen the movie Easy Rider. I wanted to be like those guys, and I was. And then after that, I got into boxing. That was my focus. After that, it was triathlons, and then I got into boxing again later. But all through my teens and 20s, women were not my focus. And I had women leaving notes on my car, chasing me down. My friends' girlfriends were trying to be with. I mean, I could go on and on about it. But they never were my main focus. They were a complement or an addition to my life. So if these guys, if they want to get women, what they need to do is not focus on, you guys know this, not focus on women, but focus on something bigger than themselves or something that engulfs them or they can not obsess about, well, almost obsess about, but really get into. That's what they need, something that helps their life, improves their life.
Yeah, and I think it comes to, I mean, I just happen to be wearing the shirt, right? Pay the costs, be the boss, right? That's the thing. You want to. What did they used to say back in the day? You want to be the man, you got to beat the man. You got to come and take that title, and that's the thing. I saw something in the chat here, right? Harry McGuire Jr. says, "What if you keep trying but fail?
Just keep trying."
That's good.
That's back
good.
up.
Yep. Dude,
everybody here, they learn more from their failures than they did their successes.
I failed so many times. I'm telling you, I've been married 4 times. I've lost everything 2 or 3 times. I had to leave the country because they were going to arrest me here, and then I had to leave that country because they were going to arrest me there. I mean, I lost everything, kids and everything. I had my kids taken away, and here I am for the last 10 years, single, or 11 years, with my 5 kids, raised them up. My business is great. I'm with you guys here. And that's something I wanted to point out too. All of us didn't just get up and decide, well, we're all going to be, we're going to be with John and Wraith. And it's because we had a vision, we had affirmations, we had a purpose. We seen this and we were all drawn together.
Yes.
We didn't plan this. I mean, it was planned by you, but 6 months ago, this all came together because of the persistence of Wraith, Thor, and John, and myself. Yes. This started a long time ago. Many people want to know, how's it going to happen? No, just take the first step. I love Martin Luther King's, you don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. And many people are afraid to take the first step because they can't see how it's going to come to pass.
Yep.
You don't have to worry about that. Have the balls to step out there in the unknown.
Yep. And that's the thing, right? For me, what I've noticed with guys, I'll just use women as an example, right? They're like, okay, so, I need her to look at me and I need her to give me like indicators of interest. And I think that's why body language mastery is so popular, because it really does teach you how to read a woman's body language and give you like kind of like the indicators if she's interested or not. But they want to have everything perfect. Okay, let's be honest here. Show of hands. How many of you had a woman throw a drink in your face?
Yeah, I know. I had her pour one on me. It wasn't in my face.
There you go.
Does
what's
a jar count?
But I have been slapped by chicks. I've had a drink thrown on my face. I've had girls laugh at me when I approach them. But the thing is this. The thing is, if you fail, you are failing forward, because each failure produces feedback as to why you did not succeed. And so once you have these compounding failure feedbacks, you're able to build a foundation which you can launch into actual success. I mean, for example, right? When I talk about it all the time, when I lived in Hawaii, I failed the taxi test 6 times in a row. 6 times. You understand how humiliating it was to go home to my girlfriend at the time, and I'll tell you that 6th time I failed it, she looked at me and she's like, "This guy's a loser." I dumped her, but
don't feel bad. I failed the PMBOK, which cost $450 3 freaking times before I
You know,
passed.
but that 7th time I fucking passed it. And the first day I drove my cab, and this was 2014. I made $700 cash in Hawaii, and for me that was payday. And and then from there I went home and I always took that stack of cash and I gave it to her. I was like, "Here, count today's money. Count today's money. Just let her know. You doubted me. Now count my fucking money and make me dinner."